What's good, boys? Oh, we're back with another video. I just want to say I'm so excited to record today's video. And the reason I'm excited is because I was scared I didn't have nothing, no muscle group to train. Because I was like, how am I going to record a video? My arms are still sore. My legs are still sore. Like, what am I going to do, right? And I was thinking, like, am I going to record a video of me just training abs? Just abs? That's it? And then I got to thinking, I was like, you know what's not sore? Biceps. Like, I'm telling you, I was over here searching on Google for muscle groups to train because I thought I was just out of order, bro. Out of stock. Nothing else I could do. But I got y'all. We back with another banger. Hope y'all enjoy the workout. Let's get right into it. Alright, first of all, I want to go ahead and apologize because I know y'all hear the dryer in the background or the washer. It is running. It is doing its thing. It is washing clothes. I hope y'all can understand that and proceed with the rest of the video without spamming me in the comments. Easy. I hope you know that there's a boom da doom da doom da doom da doom in your background. It would be helpful if you turn that off. Yeah. Well, the video is already recorded and it is in there. Anyways, today I want to ask you guys a serious question. Do y'all hear those voices in your head? And don't think I'm crazy. Like, I'm being for real when I say this. I know some people, it's rare, but I know some people don't have an internal monologue or like just overly think too much. But I'm one of those people, I think a lot. I'm not depressed. I'm not chronically sad. I wouldn't say I am. And I say I think I know myself pretty good. But I feel like I always have so many voices pulling me in different directions in my head. For example, whenever I'm having a conversation, like, I'll have those voices that are doubting myself, and then I'll have those voices that want to just say something, just my intrusive thoughts. Then I'll have a voice pulling me in the direction to just say a joke, or I have a voice pulling me in the direction to say something mean, or to say something nice to somebody, and they're all going through my head at a million miles per hour. And some of you might be saying, "Oh, BZ, that's normal. You know, everybody has a bunch of voices flying through their head at a million miles per hour." And for those people that are saying that, great. If you understand what I'm talking about, I'm glad you get it, and I want to talk about it. So I wouldn't really call myself self-help. I think this YouTube channel is turning more into me explaining or describing my experience in life and kind of what I'm thinking throughout every video. And what I want to say about these voices is to try and listen to the positive ones more than the negative ones. You're going to have these voices telling you, these voices are everything in your life. They're literally telling you everything, every decision you make is determined by these voices, just which ones you listen to. Not only do you have to worry about listening to people on the outside of you, but on the inside of you, you have internal voices and you have external voices. So whenever you think you got problems on the outside too, you got problems on the inside you got to deal with too. You just got to figure out how you want to deal with them. Because, let me slow down. I go to school, and The way I deal with these voices can determine whether my day goes well and I'm happy, I'm joking up with everybody, and I couldn't have a care in the world, or my day can be horrible for either the whole day, or I can flip it around in about an hour or 2 hours. And it all just depends on these voices that I listen to. And the way that I've figured this out now, it still seems so insane to me. If I listen to these negative voices telling me, for example, another conclusion I've come to is that you're always just gonna be you. There's gonna be people that are funnier than you. There's gonna be people that look better than you. There's gonna be people that are more charismatic. There's gonna be people that are better than you in almost every way. It's gonna seem like you're gonna look at yourself and you're gonna be like, how can I even compare when there's people like this just in my school? Not even in the world, but in my school, there's people like this that just have so much influence on the people around them and influence on themselves. And you're like, if the people in my area are so much better than me, then how can I become better than my area and become a person to be respected by the world? You know? And that's when I just had to sit down and talk with myself and just realize that you're always going to be yourself. So realize the qualities you have. Realize the qualities you may need to work on. And you're never going to stop comparing yourself to others. I don't think there's any fix in the whole world that can help you with comparing yourself to another person that you feel like is better than you. But what you can do is focus on yourself. You can focus on just being in the moment. You can focus on respecting other people for what they're better at than you. That was worded pretty bad. For what qualities they have that are better than yours, or you feel like that are better. Instead of looking at it as a bad thing, start respecting people like that. And whenever they say a funny joke, don't get mad at yourself because you're not funny like that person. Laugh at their joke. Try to hear them out more. I'm only saying this because I'm the person who would get mad at myself because I wasn't funny like that other person. I wasn't charismatic enough to get that girl, or things like that. I would look at myself and be displeased instead of respecting them or trying to not talk with them like how they got there, but just like laughing or any of that, something like that. I can't think of anything else to go with it, but back to the positive and negative thoughts. I could sit there and feed those negative thoughts to myself over and over, and I'll just be believing that's the way it has to be. Because sometimes I think that's what you actually need. That's what I'll feel like in those situations, that I need to sit there and just sit with my thought, even if it's negative, even if it seems like it's bad. Sit with those thoughts. Deal with them. Even if there's no solution, try to come up with a conclusion of why you're feeling this way. and what led you there. There's some moments where I'll just go quiet and nobody else needs to know why, but sometimes like I just gotta deal with my own stuff. And then give me about an hour or two later and I'm all happy. Oh, not happy. Oh, happy, jolly. The happy emotion, man, it just all floods back into me. But after I've sat with that thought, I'll go to one of my friends, and that's why I'm so grateful for the friends I have, because I can instantly just flip that button and switch. And it's not like I'm faking it. Well, I'll be faking it a little bit, but once I see my friends, it turns from a fake to a whole different flow of emotion. And I'll still have to sit with those thoughts. But having those friends to be able to flip that switch on you, that's big. It makes you realize that that problem might not be as deep as you thought it was. For me, I'll sit there sad, see one of my friends, be happy with them. I'll say bye to my friend, and then I'll think about why I was sad again, and I might be sad still. But since I had that little bit of happiness to me, it feels like I can see a glimmer of hope in the darkness. You know, it sounded like really depressed, emo, and sad right now, but this is real stuff. Like, I'll go to school every day dealing with this stuff. And this is normal for me. I've just accepted it because I don't think it's depression. I just think this is real life for me. Even if nobody else has to deal with these problems, I have to deal with these problems. This is me. This is nobody else's life. And you got to learn that your problems may be unique. You may feel like your problems are for depressed people, or you may feel like your problems are for dumb people, are for unathletic people. You may feel like your problems are different, but we all have different problems, bro. They're all different. So don't judge yourself for the problems you had, because I've done it. I've judged myself over and over. I still do it every day. But that's my one piece of advice, is to try to learn yourself. That way you can figure out if you're sad, if you're going through something, why. And even if you know why, that doesn't fix the problem, but at least you know why you got there. I just talked through the rest of the video on accident. I realized I ran out of time. But anyways, this was a great bicep section. Trained biceps really hard today. I'm gonna train core on my own. Love y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.